My name's Dr. Rosny Daniel, and I am now a faculty member at UCSF in the Department of Emergency Medicine. I was also a resident here and a medical student here, so entering my 10th year at UCSF. What I love about working in emergency medicine and being at UCSF is I have an opportunity every single day to work with a totally new group of people, and I just love that feeling. It's new patients who I haven't met before, get to meet them in a time of crisis and hopefully provide them excellent care and get a good outcome for them. I get to work with new residents and students and other faculty members and our nurses and techs and all the support staff. And it's just so fun to come to work every single day and not know what's coming. I love that feeling. I think that we have a very unique opportunity in the emergency department to be the front door. A lot of times patients will not even have wanted to come in because they're in such a vulnerable position that they're worried that an interaction with a very official kind of group like a hospital or a doctor is going to put them at risk. So we do a lot of education about how do we talk to these folks? How do we explain to them that we're here for their medical needs, for their social needs, and to be there to treat them as best as possible? I think one of the biggest things for us is informing all of the people that we work with, our faculty, our residents, our students, our techs, our nurses, everybody, getting them on board with the idea that we serve the vulnerable. For my future goals as it pertains to the Watson Scholarship and kind of diversity, equity, inclusion in general, I do a lot of work in educating in diversity, equity, inclusion. So whether or not that's directly talking about what it means and kind of doing a 101, whether it's talking about how that filters into our practice in emergency medicine, or whether it's doing some more kind of advanced skills around this particular disease process or pattern and talking with a particular group of people and how can we be more culturally humble and have good cultural humility. So for me to be part of the Watson Scholar cohort is a really big deal. I've been to some of the Watson Scholar dinners and seen and just heard about what some people are doing, and it's really impressive. It's very hard to not have imposter syndrome and think, like, how can I even be part of this? This is amazing. So I feel very proud. I feel very validated. I feel like it's the School of Medicine giving us something and telling us we want these things to happen, and it's an awesome opportunity to do what I want to do and get to work in diversity, equity, inclusion and build myself and help build our program and hopefully model some things on a kind of national level. So it's hugely important, and I feel so thankful that in my first year as faculty, I have this amazing grant that's going to help support a lot of the work that I want to do. Being in a place where, like UCSF, that's so highly regarded and respected, and getting to be a person who's a faculty member and have a say and feel like my voice is important, I feel like it's an amazing position of power and privilege that I want to use to help others and show others they can get here, they can do it. It's always important to be, as you're moving forward and trying to better yourself, I think reaching back and trying to have some mentees that you're taking along with you. I think that the Watson Scholar and the kind of things along these lines that UCSF provides are incredibly important in terms of making this campus a safe and welcoming space for people who come from underrepresented backgrounds. So even just having the space to work with Michelle Guy and some of the other folks who are doing a lot of the graduate medical education diversity group work is amazing. Sometimes we talk about really formal things and what we can do to recruit and issues that we have, but sometimes it's just a space to spend some time with people who are interested in diversity, equity, inclusion, education, a lot of the same things, or just have fun and relax with people who come from a similar background or who can relate to you. It makes it incredibly important to have just a safe space where you feel like you're welcomed and part of it and not shunned away or somewhere where you're not supposed to be. I love UCSF for the fact that even though it's a pretty elite institution, I think that, at least in my experience, it's been a place where people still can feel comfortable and some of the formalities aren't there, which is great. I'm not the most formal person, which many people who have met me would agree with that. And I think it's really important to just have space to communicate on a peer-to-peer, person-to-person level to make people feel comfortable and welcomed. And ultimately, I think that's what a lot of this work is about, is how do we get to know each other on a fair, personal, interactive level that lets us see eye to eye and work together in a constructive way.